Hello, Facebook, and welcome to day 89, looked at my calendar, of 365 days of Facebook Live. And I have a really unique story that I want to share with you, but it's extremely relative to relationships and extremely relative to just living the life of your dreams. Because when you are on this path of extraordinary, of soul awakening, of sacred everything, love, wealth, money, family, soul purpose, sacred career, all of those things, it's going to require you to continue to expand more of you. And it's going to require you to start letting go of things that are no longer in the same vibration and frequency of where you are going. And this is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. This is just evolution. If you think of, in a very obvious way, when you're going from a baby to toddler to teenager, toddler to young child, I guess you would say, if you're 5, then to adolescent, then to preteen, or then to adolescence and teenage, and then you go into young adult, and then you keep going. If you look at someone's wardrobe from where they were with a baby and the style of the baby, compare, of course, that's parents are picking that, but you get what I'm saying. Once the kid has more of self-identity and they get to choose and decorate their room, their clothes, and things like that. And as they keep going, there's an evolution to what they like when they were 5 to what they like when they're 15. Maybe some things still stay the same. Some things still have a signature of oh yeah, of course, that's Jessica. She always loved those types of things. And then sometimes there's a big change when someone goes through a big identity shift for whatever reason. So it's no different when you are an adult now in your mid-30s and you are wanting to live out your dreams. And we can stay stuck in certain vibrations of things because they are more comfortable. And when we do that, we stifle ourselves. We stifle our dreams. We stifle what we're really wanting to break out of. And we stifle our growth. And it may seem like these little things don't matter, but they really do. Especially when they matter when you're doing it with intentionality and purpose, not when you're doing it to be liked or to be liked and accepted from others, or for superficial reasons because you don't think you're beautiful or you don't think that this is enough, and then therefore you do certain things, change the way you dress, change things in your room and your house and how you walk and how you carry yourself for superficial lack of self-worth reasons. And that's different. That's a different form of action that's not going to lend the same results. You're actually not being real to yourself. That's actually the opposite of authenticity. So what I'm talking about here, let me take so these are my pumpkin spice mugs. I'm obsessed. So those things matter, especially when you are either A, in your sacred union relationship, or when you're calling in your sacred union partner. Because sacred union love is a love that's expansive and that is always on the side of expansion, truth, holiness, sacredness, divinity, all of those things. So anything that is not like that, that's not in the vibration of that, will not make it. Whether it's right in the beginning, or eventually as you keep uncovering different layers of yourself, it will start to go. So I'm going to give you some examples. And one example that I'm really thinking about right now is when my ex and I broke up. He took everything from the house because all of it was his. He took everything from my apartment, my condo. I was left probably, I think, with, what was I left with? I think I was left with just a mattress. I had to get a mattress, because if I did not get a mattress, the apartment would be empty. 100% empty. I think I might have had some bar stools, because I had a bar, like there was an open kitchen concept, and there was like a bar table area, and I think I had some bar stools that were my mother's at one point, or I can't remember where I got them. Might have found them somewhere, I can't remember. Anyways, so I go shopping for furniture, for a couch, and I was like, I really need a couch, I need somewhere to sit, I needed a desk, and I got some other things. Anyways, I think I might have had a beanbag chair that I bought. Oh yeah, I did buy a beanbag chair. Also a beanbag chair. That was the one thing I was left with, a beanbag chair. I'm like, I'm not sleeping in a fucking beanbag chair. Anyways, so I go out and I go to 10 different places. I take my mom with me to 10 different places twice. So that, well, I think it was 5. She says it was 10. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was 5, and then we went twice. That makes 10, but she says 10 and we went twice. So we'll say somewhere in the middle. Long story short, I was really looking to see what was really me, and I was learning how to trust myself with my taste, because my taste was always surrounded by somebody else. I was always living with somebody else. I was always thinking about someone else, especially him, because he never really allowed me to be authentic. He always wanted me to be in a certain box and fit in a certain box that he approved of, right? So now I'm like, I have my wings are not clipped. I am free from this cage and I'm flying. Now, what do I really like? What tree do I really like? How do I like to fly? How far do I like to fly? How fast can I fly? How high can I fly? Was the whole vibe for me. So I eventually landed on this couch that I absolutely loved. It was like, oh, so luxurious. It's this white couch, 3-seater. Just so gorgeous. Okay. That was me really expressing my soul. And then eventually when we moved down here, I let that go because I felt that energy was complete. Now we need to find furniture that's for us. Okay. Now we move into this new home. Now I am like trying to figure out what's my style. What do I like? Like, I like luxury, but I like cozy, and I like moody, right? These are like the 3 things that I like, and I guess you can call it eclectic. I think it's under that. I was trying to figure out, I'm looking at different pictures. I'm like, well, I like this, but I don't like that. Like, it was just this whole thing. So, so I'm trying to figure this out, right? And I go thrift shopping and I'm looking for some things that I would really like. You know, I had certain ideas of what I thought I would like, and I'm looking for this bookshelf for my books because they're in the back over there and I really want them off the ground. I don't like things on the ground for too long. I know in feng shui that makes you feel more heavy, and I can feel that. And, you know, I really want my personality to come through. Anyways, so I'm trying to figure this all out. Then I realized, I'm like, well, you know what's really holding me down is like the kitchen. The kitchen has like this Italian type vibe that I don't like. I really do not like it. And that needs to change, right? So we talked to Ron. He's like, how fast do you want? I'm like, as soon as possible. He's like, no. I'm like, I said as soon as possible. As soon as possible does not mean like right now. It means how soon can we do this? Anyways, he's like, okay, let's go get your design and let's look at the numbers and then let's make a plan. Super masculine. I'm like, yes, I got it. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go with my cousins. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So I'm looking at these pictures on Pinterest and I'm like, what would be my dream kitchen, right? And how can I make my dream kitchen, like not necessarily the full dream, but get bits and pieces of it so I can feel like coming through. And as I'm doing all this, I'm like, I really love like kind of like more of that luxury look. I love gold. I love gold all over. I love it when there's like rhinestones like in the couch that I had. It had like these like really pretty, the way it was shaped, it had something with these rhinestones in it type of thing, but very elegant, nothing cheesy or anything like that. And I was like, okay. And I got this, since I don't have a lot of walls in this new office, it's basically more windows than walls, which I love. And I had to get creative on how I'm going to put things on the things that I used to have on the walls up. So for example, I got this easel. Can you see it? Right, I got this easel right here. That's my calendar, and I need that calendar. If I do not have that calendar, I walk into my office and I'm like, what am I gonna do today? It's almost like my mind goes blank. right? I love this gold vintage mirror. Like, I absolutely love it, but I'm willing to part with it if it's not going to fit my aesthetic. And I'll tell you why, because it's luxury. But of course that could totally fit into it if I go with more that eclectic style, I'm assuming. So this is all the things that are running through my mind. And then today I have this networking meeting. I'm like, ooh, what am I gonna wear? I pull out this sundress, kind of like this very maiden sundress. I'm like, that's not the vibe. I'm like, my vibe right now is kind of something a little bit more sexy, you know? I'm launching Sex Priestess and something that is like power but sexy and all the things. So I put this outfit on. You can't really see it. Yeah, I would have to stand up, which I don't feel like standing up right now. And back there is a mess. So I have these like really cute bottoms, this top, and I put the, like, I guess a blazer over it. I'm like, all right, what shoes do I need to wear? And this whole thing has a point, so bear with me if you're kind of like, what's your point? I'm gonna tell you what it is. So then I'm like, okay, well, if I go with what feels more safe for me, the shoes that I would wear would be by wedged platforms. It's like a cork wedge and then it's white on the front. And it's very cute. It's very casual. It's like very like going on a brunch with your girlfriends. Okay, that's very safe and comfortable. Then I'm thinking, I'm like, why does that not feel really good? Like, that isn't giving me that vibe that I want, which is like more sexy, professional. And I'm thinking about the shoes I have, and there's these nude shoes that Ron got me for my birthday, these new stilettos. And I'm like, ooh, but they're open-toed. And not that there was anything wrong with that. I was like, ooh, yeah, those nude stilettos are giving me the vibe that I want. I open my closet. The first shoes I see are these pointy shoes. These really sexy, it's like the print, it's white, like a matte white, leather, kind of like this alligator skin type of thing. And they're pointy. And I was like, stiletto heel. Ooh, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. And at first I was like, this is a little uncomfortable for me to go to this room with a bunch of women who are in their late 30s, they're in their early 40s, mid 40s. Like, these are more women, right? Women that are professionals, women that, and for some reason I get very intimidated with women who are older than me. And I think it comes from some mother wound stuff. I get intimidated by that, and I'm like really close to saying, just go with what's comfortable. And I thought of my girlfriend Priscilla Seitz, and she always comes to these meetings like to the nines. Like, she'll wear high-kneed boots in Florida, high-kneed boots, like with heels on and like these flashy colors, like looking super like very well put together, but super authentic and flat and like sexy and professional, and her. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to calibrate to Miss Priscilla Seitz here, and I'm going to wear these freaking shoes. I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to step into the embodiment of what I really want to embody, of who I really want to be. So I was like, you know, Jessica, as I'm doing this, as I go to the meeting, and when you go to these meetings, you are presenting what you have offering and what your asks are from the group. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna ask about Sex Priestess. I was like, this is like a taboo subject. Are these women gonna get it? I'm like, no, right? So I go there and I talk about my Sex Priestess, which actually God is amazing, and they really opened up the platform like that. And God, the universe, the energies really allowed the platform for it to open up for me to have the conversation of Sex Priestess, because you were leading into the subjects that were taboo of sex, and which was perfect. And I was like, Jessica, if you do not take this opening that the universe, that God, that your higher self, that your spirit guides, that everyone else's spirit guides that were in the room, everything that comes together that is in co-creation with this right now, if you do not talk about this, you are not going to be in the embodiment of what you are being, and you are being a coward. You are not being courageous and brave. You are playing small. So I was like, I'm freaking taking this lesson. I'm learning this lesson. I'm going to say it. So they were all amazed about like, oh my God, this is so amazing. This is such a great program. This is so awesome that you're offering this to the world, because obviously women need it. I'm like, thank you. Anyway, so this is like the whole thing that's happening, right? So as I'm driving home, I'm like, you know what? So let me just backtrack a little bit. Some of the things that I would show my cousins and that I would really like were these wood things, like very like wood, and which I like wood. I feel wood is very grounding and comfortable. It's cozy, right? Wood makes you feel cozy. I don't like too much wood. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be living and put in a cabin up with wood everywhere. Like, I'm like, that's overwhelmingly gross. But I was like thinking about these wood items. I wanted like a wood bookshelf. I wanted like, right? And, I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? I was like, I think that by being in the wood, staying in this wood category felt more comfortable. It felt easier, because I feel like with wood, I can, it allows me to be comfortable, to stay in that comfort. And I don't, it's what's familiar, and it's not what's expansive. It's what's familiar, it's not what is expansive. And I was like, wow, there's something here. So then I started thinking about this number that I have for Ron and I for our dreams. I was taking this free program from Jenna Kingston. I can't remember her full name, but I can send you the link if you're of her and what this dream big challenge thing that she has, like that it's completely free. And she was asking, she has this whole process that she takes you through about your limiting beliefs and the things that you it's like basically like a really quick shadow work session, and takes a certain number or whatever it is that you're thinking at and attaches a limiting belief. You go through this whole process and then you bring it up to the truth. And I remember as I was doing that, I remember seeing, it was like, and this one was specifically numbers based, I saw the vision that I had a couple years ago, where it was my future timeline, where it was Ron and I and our babies and family in our dream home. And I remember when I said this number, when I did the whole processing that she was doing, I remember starting feeling really emotional, like, oh my God, this number equals my dream life with Ron. And as I was driving home today, that's what I started to listen. That's what I started to hear or remind myself of. It's like, Jessica, if you want to live your big desires like this, you have to push your edges, right? You have to push your edges, and you have to design your office in the way that you want. And if it's luxury, then you really need to do that in the way that I like it. Because like I said before, I do like a pop of color. I do like a moody, but I do like luxury, and I do like some wood to ground the space so it doesn't feel so airy. And I was like, yeah, I need to do that. Why am I going in the comfortable route? If I go in the comfortable route, I am stifling myself. I am stifling where I want us to expand to, where I know my vision as the Oracle is for us to expand into that. So everything that happened today, when it came to my clothes, when it came to looking about like the kitchen, when it came to like when I really order the things that I really like, it's like, okay, there's something here. There's something, not something here. Everything that I did today, when it came to my clothes, when it came to really looking at what I really liked, and even yesterday having these conversations and really thinking about, why am I so confused? This is it. Why am I so confused about my office? Why am I so confused about what I want? And it's because I was in inner conflict with myself, with what was comfortable and with what was extraordinary, with what I really desired. So I didn't know what I wanted. So I was having this huge confusion. And today, with dressing the way that I really wanted to dress, making the brave move of wearing the stiletto heels in a group of networking of professional women who are in their like 40s and like, you know, much older than me, who are very well established. It was intimidating, but I did it. I spoke about the offering that is very taboo in this meeting. Coming on the way home, it's like, why? I know why now. I was confused about decorating my office and why I was conflicted and I could not find my style because I was playing small. I was stifling this, and it was going to slow down the progress of us having the relationship and not even the relationship, but the life of our dreams. The life of our dreams, because I wasn't being authentic to myself and the growth that I wanted to go. Because there's nothing wrong with comfort. There's nothing wrong with wanting to stay in a level of a comfort zone. Lots of people do that. And some people are okay with that, but I'm not. I'm not someone who's okay with comfort. I'm not someone who wants to stay in my comfort zone. I want to feel so alive and so expansive and so in love with life, and knowing that every single thing that I do, from the clothes that I wear to how I decorate my office to all the things, is I'm living out my dream life. And I'm going to live on the edge of that. So reflect on the things that you do on a day-to-day, from how you close, from the shoes you decide to stay in your comfort, to actually push yourself to the edges of what you really want to wear, from the big things to your like relationships. Ask yourself, am I really being and doing and wearing and acting the way that I really want to act, in accordance to the dream life that I want to have? Because everything that I'm doing right now, like I'm talking about even my hair. Okay, I'm talking about, I have been in conflict with my hair because my hair does take a long time because it's really thick. But I notice myself, like when I look at certain pictures, I'm like, I know I can have bigger hair. I want to have bigger hair, including my makeup. Like there's certain things that I want to wear my makeup as. But I haven't really fully pulled the trigger because, you know, it takes time and attention to do those types of things. You got to buy the products and things like that. But even to those little things matter. They matter because you are in full alignment with your desires. Your emotional growth, your spiritual growth, and your physical growth all are aligned with it. Not one part is left behind. And you're in full congruency with the vision, with your dreams, right? And I love that Ron pretty much gives me full reins of the house. The only thing because I want Ron to have his own expression too. I don't think it's fair to run our way that we like to decorate into our men, right? Like he has his office. I'm like, you do whatever the fuck you want in your office. Like you do whatever you want. Like I'm serious. That's your space. And I will still run by things that I want to decorate that are mutual, like the kitchen. Like I showed him the pictures and things like that. And he likes it. He's like, yeah, it's good. You know, he doesn't really give me much more than that because that's just how he is. Ron is like a very neutral energy, which is great because he really grounds me, because I'm very like, And sometimes I have to kind of question, like I kind of have to like remind myself, like, remember, that's just how he is. Like, it's not that your idea was bad. It's just, that's just how he is. So like when I showed it to him, I'm like, oh my God, look at this. He's like, yeah, that's good. But I'm really thankful that he gives me full reign of how I want to decorate the house, and I run it by him. That which allows me to be in that full expression of me, you know, and of us, because I 100% think about him. I don't want him to feel, I don't want to demasculize him, which I don't think that's very fair either, to make a home very feminine and not include his masculine taste. I will definitely take him shopping with me to look at certain art pieces. I think art pieces are really important. It's really an expression of you, right? Because if you pick an art piece, like that's saying something about you and the home and you as like an individual. So I will be doing something with that. And, but all of that to say, oh, and also the outside. Ron is a genius in the outside. He is really good with creating really beautiful things outside. So I'm like, but that one he does have to run by me because I get a little nervous because he likes things to be a little feral. I'm like, just please make it look very clean. But do you get what I'm saying here? Do you feel the energy of what I'm saying? Do you feel how the importance of you stepping into and wearing what you want to wear and being brave to it? Because even something as small as that is saying something so powerfully to the world. And let me tell you, I was awkward walking in those stilettos. I don't wear a lot of heels all the time because most of the time I'm in sneakers or I'm walking around in flip-flops in the house because I do like comfort. And I think that's why the wood was very like go-to for me, but I love luxury. So I want like this comfort luxury, but I love dressing up really nice. I love feeling really sexy. I love wearing the stiletto heels. And because I don't do it very often, I was walking a little weird, but you know what? That's okay. I'm going to walk a little weird. It's going to look a little funny as I'm getting used to me and wearing my heels. And that's okay. Because if I'm really being honest with myself, I am both comfort and luxury. I like both of them. I cannot be full luxury. I cannot be walking in heels all day. I cannot be wearing a full face of makeup all day. That's just not me. It doesn't feel right, and I don't like to be on all the time like that. For me, that's what it feels like to be on all the time, and that doesn't resonate. So I'm excited to see what happens here in this office. Let me know if you have any ideas, but let me know how this resonates with you and what you are creating in your life. Where are you holding yourself back? What needs an upgrade? Where do you need to be brave and actually wear the thing, do the thing, throw away the thing and buy the new thing? Where is your voice need to be heard where sometimes you would actually stifle your voice and not allow it to be heard because of your own projections of other people and what you think they're going to think of you. So, yeah, that's today's live. Very important. I love sharing this with you. And, Sex Priestess is up and going. We have 4 beautiful women in. If you are a woman who's on her feminine awakening path and you are at the place where you're like, I want to tap deeper into and explore the depths of my erotic pleasure. I want to spiritually connect with my feminine body. And I want to have sexual transcendental experiences with my man and with God, right? This is going to be a very spiritual program in the terms of that we will be talking about God. We will be connecting to the roots of where you came from. We all come from sex. And when we reclaim the innocence of it, you free yourself of shame, you free yourself of suppression, and you allow yourself to feel alive, vital in your body. And you get to feel like you want to have sex and you're okay with it. And I'm speaking through my experience when it came to sex. If I did feel some arousal, I would always try to like, no, I don't want to. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of conflicted things going on about that. So, but once I went on this journey of sexual healing, sexual liberation, sexual sovereignty, and created an intimate relationship with myself, with my pussy, with my sacred sexual anatomy, it awakened so like much life and so much comfortability in my own body, right? As a woman, and comfortability and my ability to be unleashed and surrendered in the bedroom, to have the most amazing connection and sex with my man, and a transcendental experiences that initiated our relationship forever. So this is limited to 10 women. So I have 4 right now, so 6 spaces are available. Message me if you're interested in this. Right now we're still on early bird. It will go to full price on the 22nd. And what else do I need to know? You can do paid in full and payment plans. If you do pay in full, meaning you will get a 1 hour call to connect and to work through anything specifically that you would like to work through when it comes to love and intimacy. You will have to use this between now and the ending of Sex Priestess, within a week of the ending of Sex Priestess. All right, beautiful. So let me know if you're interested in that and we can chat more about it. Just looking at my makeup. My makeup looked really close up in like a certain mirror. I was like, I need to get new makeup. Like what I'm telling you, right? All these things. All right, love. So that's it for today. Hope you have a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.